gonna upload it either job, regardless. Who knows about this video? This video is a message to the president, the coming president, Joe Biden. First of all, we welcome you in the White House. We say, and as I send a message to the former president, Mr. President, oh, you're fired. The case is for Joe Biden, in case of those who work with him, noticed in any way some of my point, directly or indirectly, or others. If you're living in America, and everyone know it, that there is a racial discrimination in certain level, from incident to incident, from state to state, from case to case against the black people. Okay, it's obvious. There is, and the death of this gentleman called George Floyd explained the way that the way dealing with black people is inappropriate at certain level. It's considered the background of the racist background. Something pushed him to deal with this human being in this way, to sit on him for 8 minutes. Now this means that the way they look, not all of the police officers, indeed, there is a wonderful police officers, they're white, others, indeed, and before George Floyd, the late George Floyd, and after him, everyone knows that there is a lot of incident. I have even seen and reviewed since before I came even to England, that there is, to a certain level, a racial discrimination against black people. That's it. When it's come to America, this shouldn't happen against American black people. That's it. I'm not going to talk a lot. Of course, when we go to the white people, there is some victim among the white people, victim of racial discrimination. Yes, there is. I'm trying to say that there is some white people who are victim of racial discrimination by African American, okay, and others. But as Joe Biden, and he have a good relationship with black American, the African American, he apparently have a good relationship with them. Maybe there's some among them will criticize him and doesn't like him, but the man is very close to certain also black communities, and they like the man. It's obvious. Him in comparison to Donald Trump, I don't need to explain it. I understand some will say this is wrong, this is whatever, but I can give explanation, and I have no time. And what I say is the truth, and it's a fact. It's not a dictatorship, but it's a fact, and you know it. Joe Biden and those who are around him, they are sensitive, and they want more support to the black people. Joe Biden, it's obvious that the man want to give the. I don't want to talk in something that no, this is how it is. But so a person like Joe Biden, we cannot say that when it's come to racism, you cannot say that Joe Biden is a racist. No, zero. No. The man is far away from being racist or making any racial discrimination. It's obvious. It's obvious. He's far away from this. Just far away from this. Okay. Joe Biden is far away from this. And he's sensitive in a level, and he's subconscious when it's come to the black people. Maybe he's not explaining it, but he agreed that the black people are facing a lot of shit in comparison to the white. So I can see this. Now Joe Biden, if you look on what I am trying to say, this have nothing to do with black people. In general, and he have this sensitivity. What would he say about me without a sincere, complete, full explanation? He will immediately say this gentleman is a racist about me. But this is not the truth. I'm going to talk about Oman and Gulf states. I've talked about a lot of Gulf states. There is people from the native Arabs who complain from racism that occurred against them from other than native Arabs toward them. From Asian to African, okay, complaining. I don't want this video to be deleted. I think I'm gonna upload a video in Arabic about this. When you look at my case, how can I say it? To a man at this level, for example, and his those team working whatever. Let's hope that America would be destroyed. This is what I hope. But I would say if Joe Biden took place, whatever, and Trump, American people should respect themselves and fired him, and he's fired. Because America is an enemy, and I say it loud and with a loud voice. Something to do with the corruption. But still, we're human. I'm trying not to delete. I don't want this video to be deleted. No, when it's come to the Ishmaelian territory, the victims are Ishmaelians. And if someone like me said, for example, it's unacceptable, and it's acceptable. For example, you don't like it, go back to Africa. You don't like it, go back to Asia. This doesn't make me a racist if this was said in a certain place, in a certain discussion. What do I mean? I can't say it here in England or in America. You can't, because you brought these people in terrible slavery and disgusting what happened to the black people. Okay, and this until the Civil War, and after the Civil War, until the 60s of last century, and until now. But in the Ishmaelian territory, we have no state that represent us. Something happened last century that is taking us away from being in a location or a center. The Ishmaelians, and among them real Israelis. Don't talk about the Israelites. Your circle helped. I mean, you call yourself a Zionist. You're occupying my country and you're Gentile. Got nothing to do with that land. We have no country. We have no country. It's agents that you use. For example, there is a lot of talk about this liberal. I mean, this princess, the wife of the grandson of the Queen here in England, met with her, Eugene. This women do not represent the native Arab. You don't like the native Arab. This explains that I am not a racist. You're the racist. You understand me? Women working as journalists, as viewers, working with the agents, opposition, loyal, they hate us. They hate the native Arabs and they hide it. They hate the native Arabs and they hide it, like you. I'm not talking about you, like many in America. This doesn't make me a racist. If we are in England here, if there is a monarch from outside, and if there is a monarch that empower those who are from outside, like me, imagine if I am a minister here, and the English people are called, let's imagine that Romanov rule in England, the Romanovian people. Romanov family, Romanov are from Russia. Who helped in making Romanov in England monarch? An external power, let's say China. See, the West and Gulf states, see the same. Imagine an English person saying, we are not Romanovian, and we shouldn't be cut to Gulf states. And don't you ever start talking about the Holy Land. And the Israelis and the Ishmaelites are one. I'm not talking about the Gentiles, or Mr. Netanyahu is one of them. Do you understand the point? If a British gentleman in a different environment would say, we are not Romanovian, okay? Imagine if Romanov were imposed on the English people by an external power like China, and they ruled. And an English person starts saying, we are not Romanovian, and we don't want. And imagine if England is cut to 6 pieces. A piece called Manchester, the capital is Manchester, Kuwait, and Liverpool, Qatar, and Wales, Oman, and Emirates, whatever. And London is the Romanovian capital of the Romanovian kingdom. If an English person would say, please, we want our right, and all of a sudden, someone like me, in his country, raped him, tortured him because I'm working for the agent, stealing his money, and he's living as a slave. If he came approaching me and he said to me in this environment, okay, and he said, "Go back, Tariq. This is England. It's ours. This Romanevian monarch do not represent." If, in case, I'm not talking about this family. This doesn't mean that he's a racist. No, he's not. Of course, here in England, I should spit in their faces in the Home Office, even in Buckingham, because there is shit happened last century. What they did to us. When we look at invading even Iraq, a lot of empowering the so-called Shiite and Russia, a lot, terrible. It's different. It's different case. You understand me? Different. Eminem, nice videos, yeah. So it's it's different. So I need you to understand this one. Okay, please don't delete this video. Please don't delete this video. Please don't delete this video. Don't delete this video. Don't delete this video. Please don't delete this video. Don't delete this video. Oh, nice voice. So I am not a racist. Okay? Copy? Yeah. I think if you're smarter than me, with more knowledge, you will understand what I'm trying to say, and I'm saying the truth. This is one. Two, I don't want to add anything more so that the video wouldn't be in a situation where there's more chances that it would be deleted. I think this is fine.